this innovation project, we convey electronic kawalan dan pengaturcaraan, which is one of the topics in our RBT Form 3, as our main idea to build this innovation called social distancing. In this topic, we convey the block diagram in the connection, which consists of input, processes, and also output. We also use Tinkercad apps to make a drawing and diagram connection to monitor overall glimpse. As for the electrical parts, we are using 9-volt batteries in order to channel the power to the microcontroller, as this is very important to make the whole components function. Electricity is a very important component to make this whole project function.
However, for the electronics part, we are using a microcontroller which is Not MCU ESP8266 as the brand of the whole process. Not MCU ESP8266 is a low-cost Wi-Fi microchip with a full TCP/IP stack and microcontroller capability. Not MCU is an open-source LUA-based firmware and development board specially targeted for IoT-based applications. We also use an LDRs on the principle of photoconductivity. The passive component is basically a resistor whose resistance value decreases when the intensity of light decreases. We set the LDR in this project so when there is light, there is sound. We also use a buzzer as an audio signaling device which may be mechanical, electromechanical, or piezoelectric. Typical uses of buzzers and beepers include alarm devices, timers, and confirmation of user input such as a mouse click or keystroke in this project. We also use laser sensors in this project. It is an electrical device used to sense minute objects and precise positions. This sensor uses a laser to produce light within a straight line. Its visible ray mark of the laser makes arrangement very simple. Lastly, we are using jumper wire and also LED and breadboard.
In programming parts, we integrated and channeled the Node MCU to the school Wi-Fi. We have created a database in iCloud and programmed them via cloud and have learned how to control ESP8266 GPIOS from anywhere. This can be very useful to control a delay, a thermostat, or any other device remotely. We have created the button in a dashboard and assigned them to a board and GPIO's number. Then, you can use the toggle switches to control the ESP8266 outputs from anywhere. So now, want to see our project? Let's enjoy the video presentation for our innovation social distancing.
We, from Labuan International School, we present to you social distancing.
Social distancing, which has not been fully practiced, will lead to worrying concerns for the great risks of infection and transmission of COVID outbreaks, as in the case of primary schools in Sabah. For example, on September 17, 6 students and 7 teachers from 3 schools were confirmed positive for COVID-19.
The problem that we want to resolve are the challenges teacher faces in keeping active students engaged in classroom. This has become a concern for the teacher as the practice of social distancing could not be satisfactorily implemented. Due to that, we conducted an interview with the teacher concerned to find the method or means which can be implemented.
Findings from an interview with teacher Rizwan. There are some ideas that we managed to think of, but based on the desire of teacher Rizwan to solve his problem. And anonymously, we created an innovation called social distancing. The idea of this innovation is taken from the thieves trap tools that can detect thieves who violate laser light, in addition by using the concept of there is light, then there is sound.
As the solution, we created an innovation tool where we want to control students not to reach or disrupt other students' work areas, as well as reduce the rate of movement of students here and there, which can disrupt the social work of other students and causes social distancing that cannot be controlled. We have made plans by making sketches and simulation connections using Tinkercad in producing this innovation. We used an existing table used by students in the RBT workshop, and also 3 chairs as a medium for us to install our innovation tool.
We also installed innovative tools that are a combination of non-MCU, buzzer, LED, and LDR under each of the 3 chairs, so that they are not visible to students.
When a student intrudes on another student's area, the laser light will send a signal to the LED and buzzer, and this will cause the buzzer to produce the sound, and the LED light will go on. Other students will easily know which student is entering the workplace of another student, and the teachers can also monitor.
Seats fitted with Not MCU have been integrated into databases and iCloud, where they can be used using a phone or tablet due to its availability of different GPIO pins. If the student can't sit still and like to walk here and there, the bench will emit a loud buzzer sound in addition to the LED light. In order to avoid the noisy buzzer, students should remain in their respective seat to avoid the chairs being hurt and lit. This will ensure that students are always in their respective seating position and movements will be controlled by the teacher. Isn't that interesting? Ah yes, one more thing. If the student wants to go to the toilet, the check will ring. But there's nothing to worry about. The teacher can press the switch button that has been specially designed via phone and tablet to facilitate the teacher. If the student returns to the class, the teacher can restart the switch button to activate the system. Our future consideration is that in the future, we will increase the production of these innovation tools to be installed in every class in Sri Labuan School. And we will also develop a social distancing kit that can also be used by schools throughout the Malaysia to maintain social distancing, especially during this pandemic COVID-19, which is increasingly worrying and we are still battling it. We will also build more user-friendly applications by using Flutter and Android Studio.
We believe that if these innovations are widely implemented, especially in this pandemic era, we will be able to prevent the risk of COVID infections and ease parents' ability to send their children to school without worry. The COVID-19 virus is an invisible enemy. However, we need to be agile to prevent it, as prevention is better than cure.